What I would do if I had to start over from day one in trading. First things first, I know a common misconception when it comes to trading is that it's a way for you to make fast money, for you to get in the market. You can make thousands of dollars real quick. You can do all this extra stuff. You're gonna be able to live the lifestyle you want. First things first, I would tell you to I would just tell myself to just forget all of that because it's not going to happen. It's not true. None of it's true. It's a false narrative that's been built up by people that have never traded before. People that have never traded before, by the way, will tell you that it's easy, fast money. You know, that's not how it works. And after I told myself that and I understood that, next thing I'll do is start to understand myself. I would spend a lot of time building myself up, building up a schedule in my life to create some discipline, create some order in my life, some structure, some consistency. I would start to build some good habits, good small daily habits, like even just going to the gym, making sure you got a clean environment, reading books, whatever your faith is. You believe in God, you don't believe in God, you're Muslim, you're Buddha, you Buddhist, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Whatever you are, I would get closer and I would grow more spiritually. And I say these things because it's important for you to create a good foundation in your trading. Like even when it's just building a house, nigga, trading like building a house. What's first? You gotta build your foundation. What is your foundation? Yourself. You know, because everything in your trading life, it falls back onto what you have going on for yourself. So if you're unstructured, you're undisciplined, you got no drive in your life, it's not going. Your trading game will show exactly what you're seeing in your day to day life. The next thing I would do is I would spend days and weeks and months mastering the basics. So the reason I say mastering the basics is because trading doesn't get much more complicated after you learn the basics. Learning the basics, that's the tough part, correct? What comes after that? Then you start learning a strategy. Then you start implementing the strategy. But no, I would say spend weeks on top of months perfecting the basics. And I don't just mean only candlesticks, learning what an uptrend is, learning how candles work. No, I don't just mean that. Of course, master that shit before you start trading. But I also mean understanding market structure, understanding which markets do which, understanding how volatile each market is. What time are they the most volatile? What days do come throughout the month where trading is harder? What days come through the month where trading has full port days or CPI news day? Like, you feel me? Like, understand the basics, because when you skip over these small little steps, it's just not going to work. You can't skip past shooting a layup and go straight to a three, and that ain't how it work. So you got to get better at the basics. You got to master the basics, master the small things. Yeah, it's small, it's tedious. I don't feel like, I came in this game, I wanted to make some money. I don't feel like spending all this extra time learning some bullshit about how candlesticks move and all this. Yeah, I know you don't. Nobody does. But that's just what you got to do if you want to start off and you want to get it right on the correct foot. You know what I'm saying? The next step I would do is I would find one mentor, find one person that I feel like resembles me and resembles the way that I would like to trade. And I would stick to that guy. I would stick to the knowledge that he's dropping on me, and I would find a strategy that either is his or just one that is similar to his. I would find all of that. I'm telling you now, it'll save you so much time in the future, save you so much effort in the future, so much energy in the future, so much money, so much everything. If you just stick to one thing, don't go switching it up once you see a loss. It's no point. No trading strategy is 100%. So you gonna keep switching it up. You're gonna keep doing all this extra stuff just because you're seeing the loss, when one day you're gonna have to figure out that the loss is unavoidable anyways. So I would say it's important to just get you one strategy, one mentor, and just one setup for the rest of your time trading. Master it. Spend more months back testing. Not even, you only gotta spend months, because you can back test a whole month in a day. in an hour, honestly. So I would say backtest 2 years of information, the previous 2 years of information, backtest that with your strategy. Once you finish backtesting these previous 2 years, 2024, 2025, and beginning of 2026, I guess too. Once you finish doing that and you have went through your strategy and you saw it play out countless of times and you understand that this strategy, hey, it's got about 70% rate. If I take the trade, I hit about 70% of my trades. Once you find a strategy that works for you, then I would say next step would be getting into prop firms. And I say getting into prop firms before live accounts because when you get into a prop firm, you're technically not trading your own money, but you're trading capital. Okay. And so the reason I think that this is more important than just jumping straight into live trading, because when you're trading the capital, they give you the money to trade off of. You can make money off of this. Like after you pass the eval, you pay your activation fee, the money you're making is yours. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit is yours. They take their little cut, but it's yours. So I feel like the next step is definitely to get into funded accounts. And after you get into funded accounts, then you jump into a live account. Like you want to get that market experience, being actually in the live markets and seeing all these emotions fluctuating and everything. You want to understand that through the funded account before you jump over into the live account. And the next tip after that would be, while you're in this funded account and while you're trading funded accounts and while you're practicing and doing better and learning all this stuff, journal everything. I know it sounds so tedious, and I understand, because this is literally who I was. This is the point that I was at, where I was trying to learn trading, didn't really know where to start. People were saying journal. I started to journal, then I would stop because I was like, nah, this shit feel like I'm doing too much. I gotta journal everything. I gotta write. No, that shit, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. At least if you're not gonna journal, be able to understand your emotions. You feel me? Like if you're not gonna journal everything and all the emotions that you're feeling, be able to understand what you're feeling at that time, why you're feeling it, and how it's affecting you. Be like, if you're able to understand that, then fine. Don't journal everything, but it's so much, like, it's gonna save you so much time, so much moments where you get super angry, super sad about what the fuck is playing out in your trading life. That it'll just save you so much if you just literally just journal it, write it all down, look back at it at the end of the day after you're done trading. You feel me? Just don't hold it in though. Like, don't feel the emotions, don't feel that greed, the FOMO, the sadness, the happiness. Don't just feel all that shit and just let it go and just be like, oh, it's just the emotion, it'll come back. No, learn that shit, learn how to act on it, create a plan off of your journal, create a plan off of the emotion that you're feeling. Whenever you're feeling these emotions, you're feeling all this shit, get out of the market. You need to leave. You need to just close your computer, close application, close all that shit out, and just say no. I feel greedy. I feel FOMO. I feel like I just want to hop in the trade. I'm going to close it out. Simple. Just you. First things first, though, it starts with you actually journaling it and being able to understand the emotions that you're feeling and what's causing them. All right, and last but not least, after you've completed everything, you got into your funded accounts, you're understanding all your emotions and everything. You got your trading plan, you passed your fundeds, you got in some payouts, built up some equity. Then you jump into live accounts. When you don't do that until you've already built yourself something, you already understand everything, you understand your emotions, you understand how you're feeling, why you're feeling, what's causing you to feel it, all of that. After you do that, then you hop into your live accounts. And off of your live account, the way that I would say to play it is, I would say to build it, because a lot of people, they're so stuck on this fast money mindset where it comes that I'm just going to risk all the money and just make more money. That's not how it works. You risk portions. You got a $2,000 account, risk $200 a trade. You feel me? Like, don't be having no $2,000 account and just risk 500. Yeah, I'll say fuck it. Risk 500 if you got a prop firm. You got 2,000 in drawdown. Fuck it. Risk 500. It's a prop firm. If you lose the prop firm, you buy another one. You know what I'm saying? Prop firms are for experimenting and understanding. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta learn this shit. You know, so that's fine if you got a prop firm. Of course, manage your risk the more you start losing, but it's nothing wrong with risking 500 off the bat with a prop firm, in my opinion. But yep. So yep. After you got your stuff planned out and everything built up, you get into your live account, you start trading it, you build it up slowly, you don't be impatient, you don't try to rush the process. The process is gonna go through. The more you put the work in, it it's it's just building you, it's just climbing you up the stairs and getting you even closer and closer and closer to winning. You feel me? So just put the work in, get the things you know you got to do. The trades you know you're not supposed to take, don't take them. The trades that are A plus setups, you take those. They'll come. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that the trade will come. Do not be FOMO. Do not be greedy. Your setup is going to play out eventually. Just wait for it. You know, whenever that setup does play out, capitalize off that shit. Go make your bank off of that shit. But don't rush into every trade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So those are my tips for somebody that would be wanting to begin in trading and get into trading. You know. But yeah. So thank y'all boys for tapping in. I hope y'all got a good piece of information from this video. If y'all did, tap in with the more videos that are coming. I'll drop at least 2 videos a day. Usually a trading journal and a market recap, but I'm trying to add in more like content where I'm just helping y'all boys out, give y'all free game. Also, make sure y'all tap in with the TikTok, more free game, more like, I post on 2 accounts. One account I post a lot of just like me telling y'all stuff. The other account I show y'all what it's realistically like to be into a trader. You know what I'm saying? So thank you boys for tapping in. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all boys tap in, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the video, all that good. You feel me? But yeah, thank you boys for watching.